Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Vancouver Island Bushcraft. Heading out to the bivouac. I'm going to do an overnighter today. And I just started my trek. I got a new pack. It's what is it now? An Instinct from Cabela's. It's called an Instinct 33 liter, and it actually fits my my sleeping bag and my inflatable pad inside. It's got a fairly large amount of room for an overnighter because you're bringing extra food. You got steaks and stuff like that. I brought the bivy and the wool blanket, so I'll be nice and warm today. It's about 5 degrees right now. It's actually quite nice. Nice enough that I'm carrying my jacket. I got the 30-06 with me today, and we're going to be heading out into the woods in a couple of minutes here. I'm just walking along the trail, and should be a pretty good overnight. I'm going to do a bunch of wood stuff, show you a couple things, and have my steaks. Went overboard with the steaks this time. I got a couple of big ribeyes. They're like 30 bucks. Wife's going to kill me. Actually, no, she's not. You know what she's going to say? I'm going to tell her how much I paid for them, and she's going to go, you know, that's a little steep, Steve, but you work hard and you deserve it. That's kind of the wife she is. She's pretty amazing, actually, and pretty lucky to have her. Well, I'm just gonna keep coming down this trail. It's kind of sad, actually, because the trail that I'm on, this one here, you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a pink tape on that tree, and there's more pink tape on those trees. And in April, they're going to be putting a logging road through here, using this road to start and then heading off to the side. And they're not putting a gate up, so there's going to be full access to this road. I have a key for this area. John Barsby owns this or leases this area, and has graciously given me the key and permission to camp here overnight and do what I need to do. But it's going to be way more accessible. I'm pretty far in the woods, so I don't think I have too much trouble, but hopefully nobody finds the bivouac. But kind of sad, he totally doesn't want this road, and they're forcing him to put a road through here, even though he's leasing this land. It's not a good thing. The logging companies have a lot of power around here. So, okay, well, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm going to walk down the trail, and I'll see you guys when I get to the bivouac. All right, I am at the bivouac, and it's so funny. I'm coming to the bivouac, and I come around to the inside here, and guess what is sitting on my table? Check this out. Somebody left me this beautiful birdhouse, and the amount of work that went into this is absolutely incredible. There's no note or nothing. No, there's no note. Wow. How cool is that? You know, you go to your bivouacs. I'm sure all you guys, some of you bushcrafters have some set up spots, and you go there, and you never know if it's going to be trashed or what the situation is. But you don't usually expect something like this to be left at your bivouac. Whoever left this, if you're one of my subscribers that live on the island, wow, thank you so much. What a great surprise! That is so cool. I mean, so I just undid the tarp, which I normally tie to this, and have 2 pieces of wood. There was only the 1 piece of wood, and somebody had put a piece of wood in to tie it. So somebody was here long enough to push this back to enjoy the bivouac. And also, when I left, I put dirt over top of the fire, and it looks like there was another fire right here over top of the dirt. So somebody stayed here for a bit, had a fire, enjoyed themselves, didn't wreck anything, everything is in good condition, and then left, of course, that awesome birdhouse. Interesting. I was kind of hoping maybe for a note or something. I've been looking everywhere, I'm not seeing anything. I just see signs that people have been, or a person has been here, a very respectful person, obviously. But yeah, no sign of who it is. I wonder. So I'll give you a little bit of a 360 of the pack. It's called an Instinct 3000 33 liter backpack, I believe. It's from Cabela's. And so it holds everything I normally have in my backpack. And also in the backpack itself is the sleeping bag and the blow-up mattress. It has a hydration bladder that came with it, which is kind of cool. And it's got an external, internal frame. This pack is extremely comfortable. It's a little overweight because I got beer and all that kind of stuff in it, and I was walking no problem whatsoever. Very, very comfortable. This is the kind of pack you want definitely if you're doing an overnighter or 2 or 3 days. 2 or 3 days, sorry. The other one, of course, is perfect for hiking, going into the woods for a little bit, doing the thing, because you can't really put a sleep system. I don't know why I'm calling it a sleep system. I'm falling into the terms that bushcrafters use. I can't bring all of the stuff I sleep with. Let's put it that way. I couldn't bring my sleeping bag, my bivvy, my wool blanket, and my pad. It would just be too much on top of it. Whereas this one here, having the wool blanket and the bivvy rolled up together, I got an extra tarp, just in case when I go to the bivouac, something's happened. Somebody's taken something or it's been ripped apart. I always have an extra tarp with me. It's got a lot of side pockets, a lot of areas to tie stuff off. It's really kind of neat. The main pouch is accessible from the top only, and there's a bunch of side pouches. I got a lot of stuff lashed on the outside, and I'll show you around the other side. Got the axe, silky saw, a lot of pouches. This pouch is huge. This actually comes out to like about here. It's and it's padded too, so you could put in you can put out whatever you want in there. It actually says what it is. It is the hang on, Trekker. There it is. Fast Tracker 33 liter. There it is. Fast Tracker 33 liter. That's what it's called. Not sure why I said Instinct. Maybe it says it somewhere on there too. Doesn't matter. So yeah, and it's got these little areas that you can put stuff on with the straps. They're doubled up, easy to cinch up once you have it on. Very easy, well done pack. So I think I'll use this if I'm doing overnighter with a lot of stuff, or 2 nights or whatever. If I'm just doing a normal overnighter, I don't need a lot of stuff, but when I come here, I like to practice things, and I'm not here to survive. My bushcraft skills come while I'm here, but I have everything I need. And I think that's something that's important to think about. If you want to learn how to survive in the woods with just a knife and a canteen, well, that's great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with learning how to do that. But bring this stuff with you. And then grab your knife and grab your canteen and go off into the woods, 10 meters or whatever, and do the stuff you want to do. But if something goes wrong, if it starts to rain or you couldn't quite get that shelter right or something like that, you have all of your stuff in your main camping area. You can still practice starting fires with ferro rods. And you've seen me do it. I do all this stuff here, but I always have all this extra stuff with me, so I'm comfortable. And I'm learning the same learning curve as people who would just go out into the woods and make a natural shelter with just a knife and no paracord and that kind of thing, which I'm not sure why you would bring a knife and no paracord, but you practice all that kind of stuff, but bring the stuff with you. It just makes perfect sense to me. So anyway, I just wanted to show you this pack. The stuff in it is the same stuff I bring every single time. There's no difference whatsoever. Exactly the same stuff. I did bring knee pads, because the Carhartt pants that I have don't have knee pads. And it's really handy just to be able to kneel down and do what you need to do without getting your pants all wet or dirty and that kind of thing. That's the one thing that the Fjall Raven pants had that I really miss, is those internal knee pads. And that's about it for that pair of pants. So yeah, I'm going to start unpacking some of this stuff and get it all organized, get the beer in the stream so it stays nice and cold. And I'm going to put the steak up in a bear bag pretty high, because the bear tracks around here are just everywhere. They're definitely in this area, so I got to get that meat up, because I'm going to do some stuff. I want to get some firewood and stuff. I don't want to leave meat here unattended, because that'd just be a stupid thing to do. All right, I'm just going to do some unpacking and stuff. Okay, so got myself a pretty good pile of wood here. That should last for the night easily. It's about 2 feet high, 6 feet wide. Good size pieces of wood too, so I can chop them in quarters. So, oh, there's something I wanted to show you guys. As you know, if you've been following my channel, I put these guys in here. So there's 2 of them in here, and then wrap them up. There's something that I noticed last time I was here. I used the pot, and there was water in it, a little bit of water, you know. So I put these guys here, and then didn't think about it. And when I took them out, there was rust on the bottom of the titanium cup. The titanium cup's not rusting, it's just these guys. If you take a look really closely, you can see the rim has rust, and I put it in there, and the rust, you know, I was able to take it off. I took it to the stream and, excuse me, took it to the stream and used some mud and some gravel and cleaned it out. But if you guys are storing these MSR fuel canisters in pots, make sure you put a couple of wraps of toilet paper inside first, which I was doing before. I totally forgot to do it this time, because these will rust, and you'll get rust on here. And if you don't notice, it's probably not too good to eat rust. So just something to keep in mind. Anything you store these in, these rust really easy. Like, this is a new canister, and it's rusted out pretty, not rusted out, but I mean it's rusty pretty good. So just something to keep in mind, okay guys? It's amazing. Every time I go outside and I do some work or walking or whatever, I sniffle all the time. And you guys get to hear that. There, that's better. And you guys get to hear that every time I do videos. I guess I'm going to process some wood, get that down to some usable pieces, and make that my next task. It's pretty early still. It's only about noon. I was supposed to come out here at noon, but I cheated and came out here at about 11 o'clock or so, because I just wanted to get out here and have some fun. And I am having a great time. So yeah, I think I'll just process some wood. All right guys, so I'm just about done the wood here. I just got about this much to go. Did this here, and I got myself a couple of guests. And want to introduce yourself? You don't need to introduce, you know, we all know you.
Special guest VIBC Trevor Insco again.
All right, and you are?
Darren Hughes Dickinson.
Excellent. Yeah, they're going to be here for a bit. They brought, let's see, what did they bring here? They brought nice bow, and you have a BB gun as well. Yeah, so I'm going to fire a few of those rounds.
Pellet gun underneath.
Pellet gun, sweet. All right, so I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing with the firewood, and I'll talk to you guys in just a bit. All right, the wood is done. Got a really good pile of wood here. I got a whole bunch, 4 or 5 inch diameter wood, and about 3 or 4 feet high of brush that came with it. So plenty of wood for the night. Pretty good to go. Trevor's off finding some more wood somewhere, and yeah, there you go. I'm going to be getting a bunch of fatwood in a bit here, so I'll bring you guys along and show you how to harvest some of that stuff. Now guys, I'm going to harvest some fatwood. So I'm going to head off into the woods here, following the stream over. And there's another really cool area up here that got some good stumps. Allows me to grab some fatwood and harvest some. So let's see what we can find. I've grabbed some from here before. You'll see that the stumps are somewhat harvested, but you can get some pretty big pieces. I'm going to show you a really cool technique with fatwood later on too. All right, let's see. Oh, what's that noise? Yeah, guess it's nothing. All right, let's see what we can do here. All right, here we are. Solid on the outside. Solid on the outside, squishy on the inside. This is all squishy. This is all solid. So this is all fatwood. So we're gonna harvest this and get that all going. I'll show you when I'm done. All right, so found a better trunk here. A little out of breath from doing all the cutting. But this is all fatwood. This whole thing is fatwood here. You can really see the translucent properties. This is like all fatwood, like huge pieces. So I've harvested a bit here. Can't harvest too much because it's really heavy, it's really dense. So I've got these pieces here, and this is like literally complete fatwood. Like these pieces are full of resin, and see out of the sun there. And yeah, that'll be enough fatwood for 6 months at least. I make little fatwood things and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna bring that back and to the bivouac, and I'm gonna show you a really cool way of starting a fire with this stuff. All right, Trevor's gonna harvest some fatwood too, and he's gonna show us how he's trying to figure out if it's fatwood or punkwood. So go ahead.
So the way I was instructed here, just keep on prodding it like a turkey. And seems pretty solid. The knife tip will actually stick. So
this tree has basically been rotted out for probably 100 years. So the fact that this is hard is a really good indication that it's fatwood. Whereas if you were to go on this stuff here, if you just go ahead and just puncture in here, you'll see that stuff just, you know.
And it's already partly coal.
Yeah, it's all nothing there. It's all rotted. So there's really no fatwood there, and it's pretty obvious how to find the fatwood. The spires are actually quite a good indication. So how are you going to harvest this?
Well, I'm going to see if I can clean out some spots here, get some angle of attack, so I can get my saw in.
Yeah, I think maybe just sawing straight across there, you get just a whole spire there probably. Yeah, that's maybe the route I would go.
But the thing is, I didn't bring my hatchet with me.
You shouldn't need it. You should be able to just go right straight through, I think, with the...
One of the reasons why I didn't bring a hatchet is not really necessary with all the other gear that I brought with me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so we're gonna harvest some of this stuff, and I'll get back to you in a second once he gets his saw all set up. Okay, so he's got it all situated. We changed spots because I was in the wrong spot there.
Got our angle of attack going here.
Yeah.
See if I can get some good oh, into it right away.
Oh yeah, this is gonna just smell that and see if it smells like kerosene.
Oh,
you good? All right, you got a good harvest there.
Nothing you can't. Once you smell that, there's
no
way of going back.
And one of the things, guys, this tree's been rotted for like over probably 100 years. And fatwood is one of the hardest things. Like this, the blade on this saw is very aggressive, and it's going to take him a fair amount of time to actually just get through. What is that? 12 inches of fatwood? Like that stuff is.
I got 8.
Yeah,
about 15, 16 inches.
Yeah, that stuff is tough. So I'll let you see him do that for just a couple of minutes here, and then we'll shut her off, and I'll show you the end result. We're going to probably get a really big piece of fatwood here.
Digging too deep.
Like he's literally just going in maybe 1/8 of an inch per saw stroke. It's crazy how hard this stuff is. The great thing is he has to carry this out, and you're probably looking at about 30 pounds of fatwood here. I'll get you guys back when we get a full piece here. Okay, we got most of it.
Look at that. Look at the crystals on that.
Look at that, just resin everywhere. And as you can see, fatwood all around the outside, starting to rot on the inside, but all fatwood here. And Trevor was saying maybe he's going to bring a pickaxe next time, because you can move this, and a little bit of work, you'd get yourself probably 70, 80 pounds of fatwood. So yeah, good job, Trevor.
Thanks.
Yeah, you got more fatwood than you can shake a stick at now.
Oh yeah, that'll keep this going.
Yeah. All right, guys, so this is the harvest here that I got, and I just want to show you something that I decided to start doing with fatwood that I don't think I've ever seen any other bushcrafter do with fatwood, because you buy this stuff and you get it in well, basically small pieces like this. So I'm just going to cut this piece here. I already have one done, but I'm just going to cut it just to show you. See how long this is? You're looking at about, I don't know, 10, 11 inches or so. And if you cut it so that they're in these strips like this, and they cut really easy in strips, and then what you do is you take your knife and just get rid of any of the rotted areas. So you have basically a piece of fatwood that's a fairly good size. Now I have one in my pocket here that I've already got, and I put a hole in it, and you can put a carabiner on here or whatever. But what's interesting is when you keep it this length, you can actually, and I'll just use my normal thing here just to show you my normal knife. But when you have it this length, you can get an amazing amount of shavings because you're doing this with such a large piece. And they just come flying off of there. And you get like just a massive amount. And the higher the piece is, this one's not processed, but you can get, because you're really using a large part of the piece of wood, and the amount of shavings is way different than if you're just using a smaller piece and you're trying to get these little shavings and stuff. I mean, it works, but to be able to get huge amounts of shavings, it's really handy to, I'm going to stop using this knife. I don't know if you guys noticed, twice now this is actually closed and it actually gave me a small cut. So when you're using a blade like this with such a large amount of movement, probably a bad idea. It's not a bad cut, it's just a little, but I'm going to stop doing that because I'm keep hitting this and it's closing on me. So I'm just going to use my Mora, which I should have been doing to start with. And so yeah, it's just huge amounts of filings, and you don't need to work hard at it, and it's just, that's, you know, and you can start a fire like no problem whatsoever with this stuff when you have this much shavings. So I carry one of these with me in my pocket, and it allows me to start a fire pretty much instantly. So just something I've noticed that a lot of these bushcrafters, and myself, I've never done this. I always use these little tiny pieces and, you know, shave off these little tiny pieces. And I figured, why not use a larger stick? And you can actually put this, I have blood everywhere. You can actually put this in your pack, and then you know, get some nice big shavings, and your fire is starting no problem. So just something I thought I'd share with you. So we've learned a couple things: not to use a blade that closes when you're doing this because you get cut, and use a larger piece of Fatwood. And those of you on Vancouver Island, like VI Prepper and Fun on Vancouver Island and BC Bushcraft, all these guys that are on Vancouver Island that you can get this much Fatwood without any problem at all, definitely give it a shot. It makes starting the fire a lot easier. We're good.
Cut.
Shut her down. All right, so it's all been processed, and by process I mean size smaller, all the rots off of the wood, and this is the end product here. We got a fair amount of Fatwood, probably about 10 pounds of Fatwood. We got some with so much resin that it's like caked on. It's a pretty massive amount, but that's the result of all the stuff that I brought, and then cut it all down, got rid of all the rot, and we'll be bringing that back to the house. So that's pretty much the work to get Fatwood here in Vancouver Island. Basically, it's not a lot of work to get it. The cut's fine, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. It's just a small little scratch. It was nothing. Lesson learned though: don't use one of those folding knives for this kind of stuff. Use a fixed blade for sure. All right, just having a drink out of the grail here, just to grab some water from the stream. This thing's amazing. Yeah, you can't go wrong. Oh, the knee pads, by the way, these guys right here, dollar store. They're like $3. So far they're holding out good. I've been breaking branches on them, kneeling down, no issues. $3, guys. Well, guys, Trevor and his son are gone, and we had a good time. Did a bunch of stuff, played around. It was pretty cool, and so I'm by myself now, and it's getting down there. It's about 6 o'clock or so. 6:30, and it's going to be dark pretty soon. I got lots of wood. I've got this all set up here, and I'm cutting it as I need it. Fire's doing good. Got lots of firewood, and we're pretty good. I got the light on me here because I don't know how light I am. Try not to have the bad lighting situation. So yeah, it's nice and relaxing. I'm going to start my supper pretty soon, and have some ribeye steaks, and I have the Mount Benson beer. I'm going to have a nice relaxing evening, sitting by the fire and just enjoying myself. So I'll talk to you in a bit. Maybe when I have the steaks going, I'll show that, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm just relaxing, having a good time, and it's really nice. I really enjoy this. It is Mount Benson time. Got our Mount Benson beer. Got my light probably in you guys' eyes. And let's get this guy going here. Put you like this. All right. Open her up. Cheers, guys. That's good. Okay, I made this little augmentation to my hat. Just wanted to show you guys. This is one of those hats where you click it and you get the lights. But I also made a little slit in here with some Gorilla Tape and glued it so that I can get one of these Cree flashlights. These are like $3 on AliExpress and like crazy bright. And I can just put this in the slit and now it is on there. So now I have the light like this and like this. So I'm probably blinding the hell out of you guys, but I mean this is actually pretty good. This is actually nice and bright. So I thought it was kind of a cool idea. Just a little slit, put it in, and bang, you have some extra lighting. I don't really like wearing the headlamps. I wear them, and I will wear it tonight once it gets a little bit dark to walk around. But I thought this is kind of a neat alternative because you always wear a baseball cap, so why not have one with a slit, have one of those little flashlights, which I always carry as my EDC, and then instantly I have the ability to have light on my cap. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Okay, we're going to have this steak here. Certified Angus beef ribeye grilling steak. Those are pretty darn thick. All right, let's get those on the fire. Okay, well, those are looking pretty good. There we go. Look at that. Put a little salt on there and we're good to go. Well guys, it is dark out and it's about 4 degrees or so. It's getting a little cool, but not a big deal because the fire is, I'll just turn you around, some crazy fire going on. These are the steaks. These are going to be cooked in a little bit, and it is looking like they're going to be amazing. I just wanted to thank you guys for coming along and watching this video. Something I wanted to mention though, every once in a while, and not often, probably maybe 4 or 5 times total in the 123 videos, I get a thumbs down. And I'm just kind of wondering, you know, if you're watching this video and you go, okay, well it's not quite what I want to see, I'm going to do a thumbs down. That's not cool, guys. Basically, I put my heart out and make it so that I make these videos so that you guys can maybe learn a few things and just enjoy myself. And for somebody to go like, maybe the resolution isn't quite right, or I've rambled on a little too long, I'm going to put a thumbs down. That's not right, guys. And literally 99% of you guys don't do that, and most of you guys give me a thumbs up, which is really cool. But why put a thumbs down? It doesn't make any sense. I'm trying as hard as I can. I am trying to show you as much as I can on how to do different things. Why do a thumbs down? I don't get it. Think before you do that, because that makes us feel really bad. I've talked to other bushcrafters and their channels, and it makes them feel bad. Like they've tried as hard as they can to make their videos as good as they possibly can, and it's like, oh, it's not quite right, I'm going to give you a thumbs down. That's not right, guys. So those of you who are doing a thumbs down thing, think twice before you do that. There's no point. If you don't like it, just shut it off. Don't do a thumbs down. It makes us feel really bad. So just FYI, okay, guys? I'm going to have these steaks and enjoy this fire. Actually, there's somebody firing a rifle, and it's past dark, which is totally illegal in Canada to fire a rifle in the dark. And somebody's actually doing that, and they're firing a lot of rounds. Sorry, and yeah, that's not good. It's so dangerous. Anyway, talk to you guys later. I just wanted to do a little rant on the thumbs down thing. Just don't do it. Just if you don't like it, just shut the video off. You don't need to make us feel bad by putting a thumbs down. Okay, guys? Just don't do it. Alright, guys. Here we go. Look at that. It's just perfect. Oh yeah. That's amazing. Okay, guys, I'm going to eat this, and I'll talk to you guys later. Well, guys, one steak down, one to go. This is incredible. This steak is absolutely amazing. Look at that. Absolutely perfect. Oh, man. Wow. That is incredible. It's like melt in your mouth. I can't believe I ate both of those steaks. That was a lot of steak. Sorry about my eyes running, but the smoke got into my eyes. Those were incredible. Holy mackerel. I'm so full. I wish you guys could have enjoyed that with me, because that was pretty much incredible. Well, I'm going to sit by the fire, relax a little bit, and I think I'm going to hit the hay. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning, everyone. It is raining nice and hard. It's supposed to rain really good today. I had a really good night's sleep. Slept over here, and just with the sleeping bag and the wool blanket, and kept the fire going all night with some large logs, and that kept me nice and warm as well. I got the fire going right now. Easy to get going, obviously, because it was already started, so just a matter of putting more wood on there, and now she's blazing pretty good. So I'm going to stick around here for a few hours and just relax by the fire and have myself a cedar tea, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Oh, okay, I had a good cup of coffee. I was going to have spruce tea, decided to have coffee instead. I'm going to get some shavings and light it with a ferro rod. I know I did this yesterday. I'm just going to do it with a large pile and show you how easy it is to make a big pile of it, how long it takes to do it, and how easy it is to light with a ferro rod. see how long it takes to get a pile like this. It takes nothing at all. And look how nice and shiny that is. And lighting this with a ferro rod is really simple. Like, it just takes nothing at all. And at this point, I'm just going to use debris on the ground. At this point, you could put debris on the ground. And that Fatwood will work on the debris, and it'll light it up really nicely. So that took about 15 seconds or so, and you saw the pile that I got. It's really easy to start a fire when you have that much Fatwood shavings, and having those larger sticks, is really the way to go. I had another one made that I had on the side of my backpack, and I might have left it at home, and it is about 4 inches longer than this one. This one is shorter because I leave it in my pocket and I can't have it too long because it wouldn't be comfortable, but even longer than this. So this is, I don't know, what do you figure, 8 inches, so probably like 10 inches, and the thickness is about, I guess, about an inch. Give it a shot if you have access to this kind of Fatwood. You know, leave one of these in your pack, and so you can see how much shavings I got. It was incredible. I just wanted to show you one more time with a large amount of shavings in a more controlled situation over a piece of plastic, so you can really see how much you can get in such a short time. Yeah, it works great. So while we're on the Fatwood subject, I have a fire going here, and it's going fairly good, and I have a little piece of Fatwood. You guys want to see what happens? Okay, this is going to be real time. I'd say the flame on the fire is probably twice as high as it was now. And it's only been in there for 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Doesn't take long, does it? One small piece of Fatwood will get your fire going in a way that's pretty amazing. Just put it on the bottom, light it, and you've got a fairly significant fire. So around here I don't have any large stumps to cut my wood. I didn't bring any in with me, obviously. They're too heavy to do that. And I came up with this really good way of cutting wood where the wood doesn't move when you're cutting it. So I'll show you. I have a hole here. Let's get the axe out of there. I got a hole, and what I do is I place the log in the hole, and it's very steady. It doesn't go left, right, backwards, or forward, and it's nice and soft. So if there's any inconsistencies to if it's cut on an angle or whatever, it still sits flat. And it works actually really, really well. Oops, let me just get this here. I'll show you. I'll cut a piece. You can see how well it works. And the axe will go into the dirt. There's no stones there whatsoever, and I just leave it there, and grab my wood, and I'm good to go. Kind of a nice, easy way to cut a piece of wood where it's not flying all over the place, and it's nice and steady regardless of how crooked it's cut with your saw. I've been doing that now for the last couple times I've been here, and it's worked actually really good. Well, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day. I got everything packed, ready to go. This pack's going to be about almost 10 pounds heavier because of the Fatwood, but definitely worth getting. I'm going to stay around till this is dead, so probably another 45 minutes to an hour. I wanted to say one more time to whoever brought this, thank you so much. That's one of the nicest things anybody's ever done for me. I'm just amazed that somebody actually carried that in. Can you imagine from your car carrying something this fragile in? Like, obviously the person might have had a pack or whatever, and he's carrying this, or she is carrying this delicate thing to bring here. That's a fair effort level, I think, and buying it, you know. So thanks again to whoever brought that. I had a wonderful time today and yesterday. I really enjoyed being here. Got to talk about a lot of stuff and enjoy myself, and I'm really glad that Trevor and his son came, and we had a good time there. And yeah, it's one of those things. You come here and you just you reset, and you're good to go for another long time. So those of you who are my subs, thank you very much for being my subs. I think we're at 513, I think, right now. If you haven't subbed, please feel free to do so, and like and share. And if you don't like it, don't give it a thumbs down. Just turn it off. You guys have a great day.